Or I did anyway, and how good a player he was at this level, and wondered why he hasn't gotten to the next level. He's a guy who's both physical, tough, but can also score. Takes a lot to make it to the NBA, even as one of the last roster spots. That's the kind of combination you need.
DeAndre Liggins just shielding off Kevin Capers and then hits the jumper.
And doing a lot of talking in the direction of Mr. from Division II. Well, you can make it here in the D-League, and of course, that puts you just a step away.
Inside of 8 minutes to go, Westchester here at home trailing as Sioux Falls looks to take a 1-0 games lead in this best of 3, with the series shifting back to Sioux Falls for game 2 and 3. Good contest by the Knicks. Here's Capers on the run. Pull up 2, draws the foul.
Will doing it right here. Capers to the line, moving his team within 13.
Capers, the 9th player to play for Westchester this evening. 9 players have come into the game for the Skyforce. Each team carrying 10 active players for this Eastern Conference semifinal game 1. Liggins with a great fake and then a bullet pass inside for an easy 2. Briante Weber.
You say easy 2 for Sioux. Easy 3 right there from Travis Trice.
So once again, back to a dozen. 7 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. The crowd energized earlier, trying to pick back up here. Weber over Atkins, too strong. Another offensive rebound, and Magruder draws the horn.
Yeah, but Chin in half of the ones they missed.
Atkins on the baseline, no. Benson elevates high over Capers for the defensive rebounds. And the speedy Skyforce will take its time over midcourt. Winnington spinning off the glass with the offhand. 99-83, midway through the 4th. Sioux Falls answers with a running layup.
Trice has put together a decent game now, 15 points, but possibly too little too late. The 3 main cogs for Westchester, Trice, Baczynski, and of course Fredette, just have not done enough as a group today. Fredette doing it in spurts, offensive Friday at 8, and if necessary at name the higher seed there.
The charge coming from behind to defeat the Red Claws at home, and it was Canton that took 3 of 4 against Maine. 2-time All-Star for the New York Knicks, and after injuries derailed his career in his 30s, transitioning to a front office position.
Well,
guiding Westchester to the playoffs in year number 2.
Sorry, David, guess who just returned for Sioux Falls?
Floor. Capers missing a layup inside. Time dwindling for the home Knicks. Inside of 5 minutes to play in a 12-point game.
Capers taking a bump, no call. Fans behind us trying to egg on the refs, but no whistle. They are in no hurry, Sioux Falls. Plenty of ability and, more importantly, plenty of time to be patient. But they're down to 2.
Liggins beats the buzzer.
Jordan's had a solid game, 16 points, 5 rebounds, but I think they needed more from him and more consistently today to make Stokes work harder, as I said earlier, has not taken place.
Into Stokes, spinning and scoring.
So that not what the Knicks need, just exchanging buckets.
3:40 left, pull front of the iron. The rebound down to Boo Boo Paulo.
Haven't seen Paulo for a while, but Boo Boo will slow it down. And again, why not? Clock is a friend of the Skyforce. The force is with them, and so is time.
Sioux Falls over the century mark, looking for more with 6 on the timer. Magruder, a 3. Yes, sir.
Rodney Magruder is one of the great three-point shooters in the D-League.
Sioux Falls lead trimmed to 13 with Kevin Capers made field goal in the paint. Trice, backcourt defense against Paulo. Up ahead, Liggins.
So they play keep away, work the clock.
9 on the timer. Paolo, a wide open paint. Defense collapse, allowing Stokes to get in on the offensive glass. And he
long rest here with 3 ball handling guards. You've got Trice, Fredette, Crawford off the bench. Cannot turn the ball over the way Westchester did early in this game. Now they tightened that up as the game went along, but it just got them off to such a bad start and put them behind the 8 ball.
Capers reach arounds.
And then he can just completely lock down knowing that he's got some room to work. For Antetokounmpo, as it's called, a goaltend, offensively, somewhat intended. So Westchester, hopefully for them, can get off to a better start in Game 2 on Friday night. And, you know, you mentioned, Dave, the fact that regular season performance by Westchester against Sioux Falls has proven to be somewhat insignificant here today in Game 1 of the playoffs. Westchester, against the other 3 playoff teams in the East, was 8-6.
Leaning in for a missed shot, followed up by Stokes, who just outmuscles everybody for the Loot. A number of games with Sioux Falls as an assignment player from the NBA. Following a trade and a release, returned to Sioux Falls. He's been an absolutely dominant force, as the Sky Force will improve to 25-4 with Jarnell Stokes in the lineup. Final minute of play, 1 on the timer. Boo Boo Paolo rims in and out. The Knicks made a couple attempts.
That against Boo Boo and company, Westchester has had no picnic basket here today.
Half minute to go. Sioux Falls as good as advertised.
Kristaps Porzingis and his buddies headed out. The Knicks star taking in all of this one, so he gets a check mark for staying.